What up, bitches? NecroVMX here, and time for a GameCube collection update. A couple of people asked me why I didn't do one last week. It's because I didn't buy any new GameCube games. I didn't really have time, and I was, didn't want to spend too much money on games, on GameCube games anyway last week because I had just bought the Xbox 360 and a couple other things. So, speaking of which, this is not a GameCube game, but I did get Soul Calibur 4 today, so can't wait to play that. Put that on a pile with the Xbox games, most of which I sold already. Just gotta send those out on Monday. Anyway, here's what I got. Let's see. I got 5 new GameCube games today. Let's show them off. First up, I got XMen Legends. This is an interesting one because it was kind of marketed as an RPG. It's not really an RPG. It's more of a brawler. I mean, there's some elements of growth in leveling up your attacks and whatnot, but pretty much it's a brawler. I've played it before, I just never owned it, so there you have it, X-Men Legends. Got this for $6, pretty good price. It's the cheapest game that I got. Is it the cheapest? I think it is. Yeah, it's the cheapest game that I got this week. So, I was going to pick up Part 2 and Kirby's Air Ride, but I put those back because there was some other stuff that was a little more rare, so I got that. Speaking of which, here we have Skies of Arcadia Legends. Now, this was actually originally on the Dreamcast. It's just called Skies of Arcadia, and the GameCube version is sort of an enhanced port. Not really, I wouldn't go so far as to say remake, but enhanced port. It does have some new features. So, a total Dreamcast classic here on the GameCube. I have played this because my friend Brandon owns it, but I have never actually owned a copy of it. Until today. Funny thing, I was in GameStop, the guy oh man, that insert is in terrible shape. Look at that, it looks like it was dropped in water. Did I get an insert for X-Men? Yeah, I did. Okay, there we go. Well, anyway, the guy was like, he freaked out when he saw that I was getting Skies of Arcadia Legends. Apparently, he didn't know that they had it in the store, and he'd been looking for a copy. And you gotta figure that's probably the one good thing about working at GameStop, is that you get, like, first dibs on any used game that comes in there. And he's all like, I'll give you $20 for it. And I'm like, no dice! Not only am I a collector, and I know this one isn't the most common, but, not exactly rare, but it's not the most common, but, I want it. I want to play this one. And I spent $15 on it, which is a pretty good deal. Let me take a look at this disc. The disc is a little dirty, but it looks like it's in good shape. So, yeah, because I actually want to play that one. That's, Sega made that. They don't really make many RPGs themselves. Usually, there's been plenty of RPGs on, the Genesis and the Dreamcast and the Saturn and all that, but, usually not made by Sega. Speaking of Sega, here's two. I'm finally done with all the Sonic games. I finally got them all. Here's the last two. Is Sonic Riders, which I spent $10 on. I didn't even know that this came out for GameCube. I thought it was only like PlayStation 2 and Xbox. So I guess that's pretty cool. And Shadow the Hedgehog. This one, I got an insert for that. Did I get an insert for Sonic Riders? Yes, I did. So there you have it. Sonic Riders and Shadow the Hedgehog. I understand that Shadow the Hedgehog got terrible reviews, and I'm also hearing that it's not as bad as people say it is. However, I'm sure it's not, really good. But that's it. That's all the Sonic games. The other series that I was trying to complete for GameCube is Resident Evil, and all I need is Resident Evil 0, and I'm done with that. I can't seem to find a copy of it. I mean, I can get the rare ones, like Code Veronica X and Resident Evil 3, but I can't seem to find... and 2, rather. 3's not that rare. 2 is rare. But I can't seem to find 0, which is not considered rare. This one is kind of considered rare, and, it's not rare, but you don't find it in stores too often because people like to hang on to this one. This is Capcom vs. SNK2EO. And I actually had a burned copy of an imported version of Capcom vs. SNK2 for the Dreamcast, which I played the shit out of before my Dreamcast just stopped working one day, so I'm trying to replace a lot of the fighting games that I had. I also want to get this for PS2 because I like the PS2 controller for fighters more than the GameCube controller, more than the Dreamcast controller at that. Or, you know, I want to get Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and Capcom Fighting Jam. I was looking for them for PS2 today, couldn't find them. I understand that Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is also on Xbox, and that you can play it on the 360, but I heard it's not really all that compatible. But then I heard you can get it on Xbox Live Arcade, which I might do that. But I like to have the disc. I don't know. I mean, I have a hard drive. I might just do that. What do you guys think? Well, anyway, so that's my GameCube collection update for today. I didn't get an insert. I mean, I got something there, but no manual for that. So, oh, and I spent $13 on this. So, Capcom vs. SNK 2EO, Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic Riders, Skies of Arcadia Legends, and XMen Legends. 2 games that have Legends. Out of all these, I'm really looking forward to popping in Capcom vs. SNK and playing that again. I mean, it's going to be weird playing it with a GameCube controller, but, you know, it's not like the GameCube controller sucks, it's just not exactly what I imagined for a Street Fighter game, and I'm really looking forward to playing Skies of Arcadia Legends, because that's a really good game. So, there you have it. We'll see you next week with more GameCube collection update goodness. You know you want it.